Alright, so this is my video for homework 4, question 1. This is question. Find and draw big Fy and small fy in terms of big fx and small fx. And here the y equals gx is given for for x smaller than 0, y is 2. For x between 0 and 1, y is 0. For x between 1 and 2, y is minus x plus 1. And for x larger than 2, y is minus 1. So here's my answer. Here's a gx. We can draw the graph of y with respect to x. We can see that y is always between minus 1 and 2, inclusive. Therefore, with y out of the bound, that is smaller than minus 1 and larger than 2, big Fy should always be 0. And for y between minus 1 and 2, we can discuss it separately. For 1 equals minus 1, here's the probability. We can somehow find it. Py is equals minus 1 is probability of x larger than 2. That is 1 minus probability of x smaller than 2. That is 1 minus fx2. And then we can find the small fy. In this, for this particular value, that is 1 minus fx times 2 multiplied a pulse function at the point of minus 1. That is that is only valid when y is minus 1. And for y between minus 1 and 0, that is this part, this inclined part, y is minus x plus 1. And small fy is this formula, fx over absolute value of gx derivative of gx is easy to find. We can find that it equals this. For y is 0, that is this part. We can find it as in a similar way to 1 here. That is probability of x between 0 and 1, that is fx1 minus fx0. So the fy for y is 0 equals 0 is this. For x between 0, for y between 0 and 2, small fy is 0. That is because there's no valid value between 0 and 2. And for y equals 2, we can find it in a similar way. And to sum up, we can find an overall expression for small fy. And then we can draw the graph. 1 pulse function, 2 pulse functions, 3 pulse functions, and a small curve between minus 1 and 0. And then we can find big Fy. For y smaller than minus 1, big Fy is obviously 0. For y between minus 1 and 0, Fy is probability of y smaller than small y. And then we can find this step by step down to this value. So this value is in the form of fx, big fx. So that is what we want in the zone for y between -1 and 0. And for y between 0 and 2, big Fy becomes big Fy becomes probability of y, big Y smaller than small y. That is, big Y smaller than 0, because y cannot be any value between 0 and 2. That is 1 minus fx 0. So we can know that big Fy is 1 minus fx 0 for y between 0 and 2. And for y larger than 2, we know that fx is 1. And then we have find it partially, and then we can draw it.